Welcome back, Redeemers. Thank you for joining us again. My name is Curtis.
I'm Nick.
안녕, 로입니다.
And today we got a special request from April P. Hua Chenyu Black and White artist performance, MV. Mm-hmm. So without further ado, let's see what we got.
We got fan chants.
今年我有写了新专辑，
Fuck the flex.
然后今天的新歌呢，该怎么说呢？其实我觉得，我觉得我其实，在刚入行的时候，会经常的会去表达自己对生活和对音乐的态度，所以刚入行的时候就写了我管你啊，异类啊这样的歌。
Okay, I remember this reaction.
因为在看到一些不好的，网上看到一些不好的言论的时候，就会觉得如果你不喜欢听的话，那你就闭上耳朵。
I feel that vibe.
We've been there.
一开始觉得呢，好像还需要跟他们呛一下，对不对？后来入行时间长了之后，发现，这是一个职业，
Yeah.
对不对？
Bless you.
职业黑，
Wow, look at that stage.
Damn.
根本不跟你讲道理，就是黑你。那面对这样的人呢，我就明白了，不用讲道理。
I really feel this.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I'm at church and they speaking to me.
我今年这张专辑写的都是跟生活相关的。
He's been watching us, watching
那我的
us.
第一首歌《飞行模式》呢，我有介绍，说是我有时候会去和朋友聊天啊，和陌生人聊天啊，有时候会听他们的故事，发现好像大家压力都很大，那就写了《飞行模式》，那是跟身边的人相关的。那小镇里的花是我的一个朋友的，然后他对我的一些教导，然后让我有了很多的领悟和感悟，对，然后那第三首歌呢是写给
Oh, he's popping his shit.
黑粉的。那这首歌呢，我现在呢，怎么说？我在看到有人在网上黑我的时候呢，我不会再用像异类跟我管你那样的态度去面对他们。
You about to say DJ spin that shit.
因为我长大了，我看到他们这样，我只会说，我不会用那种态度式的方式去跟你们讲道理，我甚至可以原谅你的无知，但是我会在心里面嘲笑你10000次。所以这首歌今天唱完，你们如果以后在网上看到那些所谓的职业的黑粉在网上故意想要引战，故意想要让大家来争吵，
Interesting.
你们不要在网上去和他们吵架，也不用去和他们讲道理，就把这首歌发给他们说，老娘请你听新歌。这首歌的名字叫做《黑白艺术家》。
What an intro to that show.
Carlos forgot about it.
That was my shit.
Oh, he composed it as well.
他们说我是小丑，严肃的滑稽手啊！他们说天赋异禀是进化功的手啊！他们是爸爸的估计，我是大大太极手啊！他们有无法的天地，我自作聪明手啊！每天有1万个反正，何必非要出场灵魂里死我活的白头？那模样像极了表妹，张牙舞爪却没戏份，少根针都没击中。我想对这些老辈。
Love that.
Love the rock elements of this as well.
他们说技术神圣，外星人不懂手啊！他们的造诣天
That's hot
生
too.
有高贵
The
炫目
background, they like.
他们说人类进步全靠他们轮着手啊！他们有赤子的天真，我故作高深手啊！每天有1万个纷争，何必非要出小灵魂里死活活的白头？那模样像极了表妹，张牙舞爪却没戏份，少根针都没击中。我想对这些老辈。
Caught them niggas ants.
In the mud.
This must be the Fuck Being Humble tour.
走不是路，就分明不知地走。所有的一切要你我都接受。要拯救世界，我为你加油。随便你上天入地没问题。别让灯都没尽头。随你开心，别让费尽手。该有好的事情。
kick over like a speaker or some shit.
Dog, I love the sound. This is like that Carlos Santana. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with
Rob
like from
Thomas.
from
What is it, Matchbox 20? Yeah.
Familiar with like the soundtrack from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Just like that I said earlier, El Mariachi, like the El Mariachi sound. I just like that a lot when like the beat will fade off and then you're like, this was dope. And I also love when I assume for most of the stuff that we watch with him, he comes off as a very humble person and like a chill person. I love when people are talented and like they can back up like shit. I love when they address haters and it's through music. So, you know, a lot of this hit home right now for some haters out there.
No, you're right though.
But I love his approach, and I even love him just kind of like busting it up with the fans and stuff before he even jumped into his shit. But this was a great sound, and it kind of I gotta say, because I don't want to seem like I'm shitting on somebody else. Yesterday, when we were like doing like another video, we were talking about how you can have a powerful voice, and sometimes we want to kind of see different elements of that, and can you make like a different sound, or how you can turn that into like a decent song and everything. And we've seen a lot of kind of opera-esque things from watching you. I'm glad that this was something that just was totally different than anything that we've seen from him so far. It adds some complexity and like another layer to like you being an artist, and just kind of shows us like where your music bag is. Because he said he wrote all this too, so it's just, you know,
Composed it as well.
Yeah, so I find all that decent. It turns people into not just being singers but being artists in my eyes. So and musicians at that. Like once they start saying they composed it, and you know, and doing other things, I don't even have to Google it. I'm pretty sure bro plays instruments and does other things. So it's just, you know, it's almost like that Prince respect almost, where it's just like,
bring that up.
Regardless of any song, if I don't like it from Prince, I know what he is musically, what he was musically, to where he will always kind of get a music pass from me. Whether he was experimenting with something or doing anything, he'll always get a music pass because he's a pure musician and artist at heart. But that's my kind of spill, and I kind of like that, and this added another notch to watching U's belt, in my opinion. So yeah, you guys feel?
Well, I love all the rock elements as well. I mean, even the fact of, because I have seen one video behind the scenes of a song we had already checked out from him, as far as how intricate he is, as far as like he's very meticulous with his details. But it reminded me a lot of the filmmaker side of things. You know, when directors can sometimes be seen in a harsher light from people outside. But it's like that meticulousness of the art and dedication to your vision, and very meticulous about it. So I love artists that are like that. So I don't doubt anything about this composition, and everything that was brought to it was dealt with that same, you know, attention to detail and everything. And that kind of led me to the thought process of, I wouldn't be shocked if the rock elements of this, at least because this is the first, I believe, that we've heard of the rock side of everything from him. Granted, he may have had other songs out there that were, you know, in that same vein that we just don't know about yet. But the rock element, you know, even rock in general is kind of born out of a sense of rebellion almost, and the fact that this is addressing haters specifically and kind of giving you a niche to your embracing a certain identity about yourself, and he has, like, you know, the long flowing hair and everything like that. I wouldn't be shocked if something like that was a very you know, conscious choice on his part, and I love that element nonetheless. I definitely love the whole aspect of addressing the haters and everything like that, because he said, even one of his lyrics, he said, I won't, you know, send them alien or attach my younger mindset to those same, you know, things, and the way I grow and mature, which again is, you know, great admiration on the part of your growth, because it's hard to, you know, put yourself out there artistically. You know, people, you know, may not always see the same things that you do or agree, and, you know, everyone has a right to agree, and he even addresses, you know, this construction or constructiveness in some of that. But if they're straight up, you know, antis or whatever, it kind of, you know, it's not worth that energy anymore. But he also said something about them being aliens or not understanding aliens or something like that, which I don't know if that was a wordplay on his song Aliens, like not like that track not being understood.
Yeah, that's what I took it as.
Yeah, so that was a nice intricate wordplay of introducing that element. But I also, one of my favorite things was, I believe it was in the hook, but he used the metaphor of a kinning that mindset to a taxidermy, which I thought was beautifully poetically, because that was something I never heard presented that way. It's literally something that's stuffed fake, but it was, once real skin and everything. So he's basically saying there's such hollowness to what's being presented, whether it's in the hate, that it doesn't carry any merit, even though it may look, on the surface like it is something. It's hollow inside, even though it still has the teeth and the claws, and he was akin it to that. So that was just, from a writing perspective, that was incredibly beautiful as well. But no, I love this. I love his stage presence, his performance. For how much people was there and everything, every word that he said, you didn't hear a single thing in the audience. Like, he really has a captivating ability to, make people kind of pay attention to him. And, I definitely think this is, as Nick had said, another notch to his musicality, his belt. This was incredible.
I like that ha 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 too.
I was just about to say that.
I'm pretty sure bro did it just as a way to kind of get something hooked in your head from the track. But go up, bro. I'm sorry.
No. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is I love his stage presence. I think I spoke on this in a few videos recently. When it comes to performers, obviously people that you're like attracted to and everything like that, you're going to kind of have your own, maybe a bias or whatever like that, just how you look at them and stuff. But normally I've never looked at male performers for like looks and kind of, it's never been anything that I took, even with Usher, who's like my favorite artist ever and everything like that. I kind of just never really.
It's not like you were man crushing on him.
Anything like that. It was just like, okay, the song is great, I'm gonna sing it and that's it. But since we've began doing this, I've been appreciating, not just women for their like looks and stage, like how they're dressed and everything, their appearance and everything like that.
Man, bro threw that shit on.
I appreciate his look first and foremost. It's kind of like an Interview with a Vampire type style. Yeah, it's kind of like the perm, like mullet and everything like that with the little streak. I think that's so cool because it completely goes against the stage, like what the stage looks like, who you would expect to be on that stage. It looks like, first of all, it looked like they repurposed a bridge for like an Empire State Bridge, not the Empire State Bridge, but the Brooklyn Bridge or something for a concert, which is so insane. It's a huge venue. I would expect it to be like a raging metal band or something like that out there, but you see this lone artist and his band is back there, and it's just kind of dope juxtaposition of that, how he has such a commanding stage presence and everything. Now I'll get into the song. This is not something I would like listen to, but this is definitely something I would watch again because I feel like it's such a dope video or a dope performance. How he just, like I said, it was very captivating to me, how he just commanded the stage and everything like that. And then you hear the ha 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 ha, which most of the time when people talk about haters, they're super aggressive. But like I said, his stage presence is so captivating, and just kind of getting into the hater part of it. I love that he did the ha 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 ha, as opposed to kind of, it wasn't super emotional. It's like he's having fun with it. And then the line about I want the ants in the mud,
antis in the mud can't understand the
can't understand the
seagull. Yeah, the ants in the mud can't understand the seagulls in the sky. Obviously, I'm on another level. You can't get to me, and also you just can't comprehend what I'm doing here because you're
beneath me.
You're going through it. You're stuck in your situation. I'm flying through.
And the essence I love about that is just on the kind of life aspect of everything, as far as like creatures that exist and everything. Some creatures are just never going to cross paths. You know what I mean? They're going to be parallel to each other. And he's basically saying there's nothing I can do to get you to understand or anything like that. We're just going to be on a different level. And that's fine.
I respect that so much right now.
You know Shark and a kangaroo.
Just that energy.
But no, man, I thought that was dope. And I love the Carlos Santana-esque rock sound that they have back there.
Drumming in the guitar crushes too. Did that on purpose?
But this, like I said, this was very entertaining as well as kind of captivating because initially he has like a 5-minute intro, and, just kind of getting into everything. But the payoff of it is the performance, and it's amazing. Like I said, this stage is amazing, and I even love the energy of the fans. This is really dope. I just like how chill he is, just with how prim and dressed he is, but he's just sipping water through a straw. what a player. Sipping water through a straw and just kind of calmly talking about haters.
What if
and
he did the whole performance and still had the water?
He set it down like right before.
I know.
Nah, this is cool. And yeah, this might be my favorite that I've seen from him from what we've done.
I think so too. I like Aliens a lot, but I think this might be my favorite from him.
I definitely gonna see more Watching You, because I'm watching you.
I was watching you now. You heard anything else with that?
Nah, just definitely wanted to give a little bit of shout out to the band behind the scenes that was kind of doing everything. I think the drummer, really crushed it at the end, and they had a nice like guitar riff and solo. I think towards the latter part, which again, akin to the rock elements of everything. But I thought that was really really cool as well.
Yeah, thank you, April.
Great request.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some more because watching you, him, Dimash, and a couple other people are kind of like some of our Redeemers' favorite vocalists. Is when I'm starting to read the room and a little bit and stuff like that. Because even outside of people who aren't actively like requesting, you'll see them in the comments for here. Like, yo, bro, got 5 or 6 other tracks to jump into. So we definitely gonna be showing these guys more love this month and for all the next month too. But other than that, we love you guys to death. We're gonna holler at y'all.
Take
Peace.
care.